How much do you get as an allowance every single month?
Juicer guy, you know the juice.
As you can see from the title, this is the truth about the Petronas scholarship. So it's kind of a podcast kind of thing, but I'm going to give you a tiny introduction of this mega nerd over here. So Chinlai, a very close friend of mine since I was 13 years old, since I was in Form 1. Chinlai is actually one of those mega nerds, who had Form 5 students going to him while he was in Form 2 asking AdMaths questions. And Chinlai is also one of those people who probably never got a justified B before. And apart from being a Petronas scholar, he's also a 9A+, straight A+ student. And I mean, I have many ends, but Chinlai also just recently got into a public Ivy League school to do the most nerdiest course anybody can do in the world, mathematics. So thank you so much for joining us, Chinlai. Thanks for being on this show. How are you, my guy?
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for the ego boost, man. Oh my god. I'm down bad recently. Thank you. Ego boost. Thank you. Thank you for having me here, Dave.
No problem, man. It's really an honor to have you here. So if you aren't already following my Instagram account, do follow and ask whatever questions you want. Drop a comment, hit that subscribe button, be sure to. And of course, I'll be posting more and more of these type of scholarship videos. But let's crack on. Let's go right into the deep secrets of the Petronas scholarship. Is it necessary for you to have 9A+ or straight A+ for your SPM in order for you to get a Petronas scholarship?
Nah, fam, nah. 9A+ is not a necessity at all.
Okay.
Trust me. It is a plus point only, bro. At most it's a plus point.
So it complements at least.
Yeah, it's something nice to have basically, but it's not a deal breaker.
Okay, and so usually what do students in Petronas get? Like, do they usually have at least 8 or 7 A+? Is it in that range, or do they even go lower?
I'm not very familiar with everyone's result because I'm not weirdo.
Obviously.
I don't go around asking people for their SPM result before asking for their name. I mean, so obviously I can only estimate that a safe average would be straight A's, I think. Like,
okay,
we're talking mixtures of A+, A's, A-.
So you mentioned straight A's. Oh, A- as well?
Yeah.
So you mentioned straight A's, including A-. Then how about students with miss outs, like 1B or 2B's out? Do you think they have a chance? Do you know anyone with those type of results?
There are maybe very few scholars with that, but it ultimately doesn't matter, you see, because they perform better in subjects that matter more towards the major they are applying for.
So meaning if they were to apply for an engineering course, then the sciences, if they got A+ or A's for those subjects, then that would essentially matter the most.
I think it only makes sense if it's like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
agree.
Obviously I'm not completely sure about it, but having B in a completely unrelated subject, let's say moral, and you're applying for mechanical engineering, I think it's less
significant,
impactful,
right?
you know. So
yeah, agreed. Just a random question, right? How many people actually got straight A+ in your program?
Ooh, juicy question, are you? Hey, this guy. I think it's only about 4 or 5 out of the 49.
4 out of 49.
49, and for the 49 scholars are, of course, in my program only, the American degree program.
Oh,
among 49, just 4.
Huh. Okay, that's damn small of a percentage if you want to talk about results. Okay, so it's definitely obvious that Petronas doesn't really prioritize getting straight A's, or maybe straight A's might be a priority, we never know, but they don't prioritize straight A+. However, right, do you think that Petronas prioritizes on other aspects, or even just looks at the other aspects?
Yeah, that's for sure, because as I said, there are even scholars without straight A's. So that just shows that Petronas is not as academically inclined as people think they are.
And what are these aspects then?
I would, from personal experience, of course, I think that it's interpersonal skills, like how you communicate with others, how you work as a team, So, and I think that matters a lot, especially during the group interview.
Wait a minute!
Okay, so now Chinlai is going to explain to us his experience with the group interview with Petronas, and also just tell us how it actually works.
The interview itself, damn chill, bro. For real.
Chill like Khazanah, or?
Oh, Khazanah.
Yeah, boy.
Khazanah first interview.
By the way, Chinlai was also a candidate under Khazanah, and he went for the interview for Khazanah as well. So compare the two.
And this guy went through all the stages, all the way until the final interview. So yeah, relax.
How about your experience? Like compare your Khazanah experience with Petronas. How was it?
I think the Khazanah's first interview is, I think we can both agree, is basically a 50-minute chat lah.
Oh.
You know, it's just a chat. It's
50 or 15?
15.
Okay.
You were there, right? I mean, this guy.
Okay.
So it's definitely a step up from Khazanah's first interview to Petronas' interview, because you know Petronas have only one interview to determine, and yeah, it's more structured lah. There's a case study. Oh yeah, and back you asked me how the interview
how
was,
does it
generally.
work?
So the group interview it started off with some individual questions, like each of us answer why we choose our major and stuff like that. Now all get out of the way, and then it comes the main component, which is the case study, where the 4 or 5 candidates in the interview work as a team, and they discuss together, and they present together.
Oh, was that an intense interview? At least the part where you have to communicate with others?
Actually, it's kind of intense in the way that during our discussion, supposedly, usually you have like the 4 candidates in a separate room discussing, right? But here, the panel just mute themselves and off their webcam and just listen and watch us.
Oh.
Like, the entire thing is surveilled, basically. Like, even our own discussions before we even present.
So that's like
everything
a constant assessment.
Yeah, it's a constant assessment, basically.
Oh, okay. That's pretty
Kind
intense.
of creepy, man.
Yeah, I guess it's quite creepy because
No,
like,
no, no.
are they gonna like turn off their cameras?
During the discussion.
So like you won't see them either.
No.
You won't see them, you won't hear them, and then just the 4 of you talking.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. So
I mean,
it's gonna be a very surveilled discussion. And do you think that everything that you say during that discussion would be taken into account when they are assessing?
Definitely might. Definitely. You even during the discussion, you don't want to be pulling up with all these slangs.
Oh, hell no!
Nah.
So what type of personality do you want to show then?
The persona that you show when the panel is there, when you're talking to the panel, you want to share that same persona when you're talking during the discussion with the other candidates. You're maintain, you know.
And what is that persona actually?
Alright, so I think this actually depends lah. You know, I took the nice guy persona. You know, the guy you can go to, you know, you can depend on.
So tell us what the guy you can go to is.
Okay, so basically, I think in every group interview we can agree that there's this dynamic, right, where there's the dominant one, there's the shy one, the left out one.
Were you the dominant one?
I'm not a dominant one, but don't worry, I'm up there. I'm second. Like, I'm kind of like the deputy dominant.
Okay.
Like,
so
I'm
the second most dominant person, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then, how about the dominant person? Did that person get in? No, this is not the end of the podcast. In fact, the full version of the podcast will be posted on my YouTube channel, so be sure to stay subscribed. Click on that notification button as well. In fact, next week's video is going to be a little bit more juicier, where we are going to discuss the pressure, stress, workload, and also most importantly, the allowance of a Petronas scholar. So stay subscribed, click the notification button, and share this video to as many people as possible, because we want to make sure that the most and most of people know the most and most of the information about this scholarship system in Malaysia. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope to see you soon. Ciao.
See you in a bit. Pew pew. Don't put that in.